These right here are the 2010 era Beyblade Metal Fight Bays, our prized possessions. The go-to collection that represented so many childhood and fun memories created in this generation, and some people would argue is the best Beyblade generation ever.
There are so many collectibles out there that are appreciating in value because they're no longer in production, and Beyblade is no exception. Even if they were to remake or remaster these Beyblades, it just isn't the same as experiencing those original products.
Final round! I kill you. This is BB10, I'm gonna win now. Just saying. I'm just saying, this is BB10.
That's why a lot of people chase the nostalgia and try to collect those products that they missed out on.
Dad, this is Metal Fusion, right? This is Metal Fusion, correct? Like these the ones I like. This is Metal Fusion. This is like the original. Okay.
Just look at these boxes. Galaxy Pegasus, Hell Kerpex, Big Bang Pegasus, Meteor Drago. Crazy, just like the good old days, unboxing these again. It's got the 2012 production dates, the Takeru logo, some are in mint condition box. Some of them have wear and tear since, they've been stored for over 10 years. But what if we told you the truth and everything we have here were just bought from AliExpress last week for just 10 bucks?
Oh, hell no, man. What the?
So in this video, we're looking at the wild phenomenon in the Beyblade collector lore, widely known as mid-fake Beyblades.
Now, before we dive into what mid-fake Beyblades are, it's no surprise that fake Beyblades have been around since day one. They've existed in every generation of Beyblade, and some look better than others, but the general rule is that if you don't spot a Takeru or Hasbro logo on that box, it's probably a fake Beyblade. There are some popular fake Beyblade brands like Flame or Rapidity, but they don't actually use the Beyblade name on their packaging and advertising due to copyright reasons, obviously. So a lot of the time you'll see names like Spinning Top, Battle Tops, or some other type of generic name. We've been unboxing fake Beyblades on our channel since the very beginning, just for jokes, but it's always fun once in a while to tune back in and see how the fake Beyblade world is doing. In general, these fake Beyblades will be lower quality. We do understand there are certain circumstances that, don't allow people to buy the original product, but obviously because of the quality and just wanting to respect the IP of Beyblade, that's the reason why that we use the originals all the time and encourage everyone else to also buy Beyblade.
Now going back to our Metal Fight boxes here, you might be wondering, why would these Takeru Bays be fake then? They have the Takeru logo, they got the 2012 manufacturing dates. It just comes down to it just being too good to be true.
It's been years since the Metal Fight generation has ended, so the community has had years to investigate these sellers that are selling these type of products. Now, let's go over some of the red flags. Starting with the price. These products are obviously out of production now, but they're priced lower than what they were back then during the 2010s. On top of that, for some really rare Beyblades like this Anubis Bay, it seems like they have an endless supply of them. Another thing is that all of these different Beyblades seem to have the same manufacturing date printed onto the box. Very suspicious. Now, we do have to admit that some of these products pretty much look one-to-one to the originals. For example, let's take a look at this Beat Links here from Sonocom. In Korea, this Beyblade released as a starter pack instead of the random booster format like in Japan. I guess these mid-fake sellers decided to reproduce this specific product instead of that original random booster. And if you're looking at just the box, it looks pretty convincing. Now, of course, members of the Beyblade community have spotted variances in the box and the quality of the top itself, but I'm not gonna lie, it's almost indistinguishable.
It's to the point where some people actually argue that these are real bays and they were just an overstock or a defective mold, regional variants. Some people don't believe they're fake. So I think it's safe to say that these were not manufactured 10 years ago. They just have constant supply of inventory from their stores on AliExpress. And the scary part is, if these factories are selling to other hobby shops out there, it's pretty impossible to tell. Honestly, it just looks like the real thing. Like, these are the recent mid-fake purchases, but like this one here was an older mid-fake. And I guess you could kind of tell that the graphic is a little bit off color, but it also seems like the newer mid-fakes are even better than before. So it's so interesting.
Obviously, it's been a long time, but this is how I remember them to be, I think.
Exactly. It's like impossible to tell.
From what I was reading, I think there's some changes in like the graphics or where the graphics are on the box. But if you haven't seen this in a while, would you even know?
Look at that.
Jeez.
It's just like back in 2012.
We're going back in time.
It's like getting that same nostalgic feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't lie, guys. Like, this does feel special.
The DS. Everything looks super proper.
Oh, man.
Like, it's already been so long ago since we unboxed a Beyblade like this. So, if you really had to compare, some of our older parts probably are even more worn out and might even perform worse than these ones. So, it is really hard to be able to compare since, you know, there aren't any of the first editions out there that are unboxed.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like, look at that Hell Kerpex.
Oh my god, so shiny.
Word.
You guys have to admit, especially if you're a Metal Fight fan that's watching this feels so nostalgic. This feels right.
Honestly, man. It's the same experience.
Yo, I can't believe I feel grateful to some fake Beyblades for this feeling.
We're experiencing nostalgia from 2010s.
Some of the stickers feel a little off, like they're not as sticky as they should be, but man, they look identical.
So true. And the instruction manual, you know, coming down to the details. Got the Takara Tomy logo,
Wow.
references to the Takara Tomy website and everything like that.
Wild, man. This is crazy.
How do we feel about this?
I definitely feel conflicted for sure. I mean, we know they're fakes, guys, but damn, they look good. What do we do?
Ever since Beyblade Metal Fight ended in around 2013 in Japan, most of these bays have just been out of production, and there hasn't been a way for bladers to recollect these bays again, unless you buy from the used market. So are these manufacturers just trying to find ways to capitalize on our Metal Fight nostalgia? Or are they really filling the void of what every Metal Fight fan actually wants? So to dive into the rabbit hole of midfakes, we asked 4 sellers on AliExpress selling similar products. Now, the weird thing is, keep in mind that these sellers were actually selling some real stuff from Beyblade X, and they were also selling some fake stuff. I purposely asked them about the Metal Fight products. I said, hey, can you let me know if these Beyblade products are authentic? I noticed you guys blocked the Takara Tomy logo from the listing. What's the reason for this? And surprise, surprise, none of these sellers actually responded to me, except for the person I actually bought from. And they asked me, hey, did you receive the package yet? Which didn't really answer my question. Suspicious. And I replied, hey, I got the package. The products have Takara Tomy logo on them. Do you want to tell me if they're official products? Have they been vetted by the official to sell these type of products? And the response was yes. So it's clear that these sellers are trying to avoid the question, which is just making them look even more sus.
What's strange is that we're not really seeing this level of quality for Beyblade Burst knockoffs. It feels like it's only something specific to the Beyblade Metal Fight generation for some reason.
So since I was so deep into my investigation anyways, I just had to push and get my answer. So I asked a follow-up question, hey, are these real official products? I am actually super satisfied with my purchase, but I just want to know the truth. Are these original or are they copies? And look at the response we got. The answer is, it's a replica. After all this time, we finally got the answer that these are replica based. So that probably means that we shouldn't buy and support them, right? Just treat them like every other fakes, right? You would think that, since Takara Tomy so far has never addressed this mid-fake Metal Fight Bay situation publicly. Sure, we've seen them remastered bays from the crossover project, but not outright re-release the exact same thing from the first edition. Even though Takara Tomy has never said anything about it, what you guys discovered was shocking. So after visiting the Beyblade Park exhibit in Tokyo earlier this year, some of you guys actually noticed that the bays on the display actually featured some mid-fake bays. This Phantom Orion, for example, you guys noticed that there were some color differences, So could there really be a fake Beyblade in the biggest official Beyblade exhibit?
It's actually crazy to think that Takara Tomy would use midfakes just so that they can complete their display and exhibition. Like, could they not have found an original product from their archive of bays? It's actually crazy. We were both losing our minds when we saw your guys' comments pointing that out. There's actually some suspicions as well that they were using midfakes in their comparison videos and posts where they were looking at the Metal Fight version of Storm Pegasus versus the crossover project Storm Pegasus. Was the bay featured here fake as well?
Alright, so after all these years, are midfakes actually authorized copies? Are they actually not fake? Do we need to start calling them mid-real? Or just replicas? Did we just get confirmation from Takara Tomy that even the official brand supports these replicas? You know, it's possible that maybe the Takara Tomy staff bought the wrong bay, like they couldn't tell by accident and just used it in the exhibit. You know, we really mainly wanted an answer because we wanted to know whether or not we should support these replica bays. And so far it seems like Takara Tomy is also supporting it, so is that the answer we needed? Are these sellers just legit doing fan service so bladers can experience that Beyblade Metal Fight again? Or are these factories just flooding the market with unauthorized parts and then capitalizing on our nostalgia? We're super curious what you guys think about this. What theory do you guys believe in? Do you consider these releases fake? Or are they real enough to call them reproductions? Should we just start calling these releases mid-real? It may also seem like a blessing for the Beyblade Metal Fight community, but then it also dilutes the whole market and the collector experience from back in those days. It's also funny, but scary at the same time that these midfakes are actually getting better and better. They're also doing more consistent releases too. Like for example, they now have a rev-up launcher. They also got a huge range of manufacturing dates now on the box, so you really can't tell them apart from just that alone.
Now, you guys know that we are huge collectors. We love to buy vintage Beyblade products and even secondhand Beyblade products too. When we travel to Japan, it's like our playground. We love going to all of these different stores to pick up what we think are original, older products. But can we even trust those now?
We might start avoiding buying secondhand items that look like these midfakes, because you never know, right? There's probably already so many of these replicas flooding the secondhand market. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you guys watched us in the past back in the Metal Fight era, you know, there's a lot to love in Beyblade X as well. So if you want to get back into the game, this is the perfect generation for that. Make sure you guys check out our other videos, like getting started with Beyblade X.
Yeah, and if you Metal Fight guys are actually getting back into the game right now, you missed an entire era of Beyblade Burst, so you got a lot of homework to do.
You know, you just got like, 10 years to catch up on. But anyways, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and as always, geeks out!